We are live.
All right. What's up, guys? John here, Titan Talk Tuesday. Awesome. Glad to be in the studio. Glad to be here with you guys. Waiting for everybody to start joining on Instagram and Facebook here. So we're going to have a great episode for you guys today. Obviously, I'm going to bring some great topics up for you guys. We'll talk about some of these different things that are going on out there. First thing we're going to cover, though, and I'll wait till everybody gets in here, is the therapy of the week, which is tri-immunity therapy, okay? And it's a big one, I think, especially with everything that's going on out there. Cuidado Legacy, what's up, brother? How you doing? Hi, thank you guys for all joining in. Health Insurance Genius in the house. Armando, what's up, bro? How you doing? So, so obviously every Tuesday, what's going on at MS? Thank you. Hulk Squad's in the house. What's up? How you guys doing out there? All right, so every Tuesday I come at you guys, and I'm talking to you guys pretty much about medical stuff, right? Or therapies that can help you out, or whatever we can talk about that's going to benefit you guys maybe by science. Now, with this, I always want to talk to you guys about the therapy of the week. And obviously right now there's a spike in this virus out there. Everybody's getting sick that wasn't sick, and then people that have got the vaccine are getting sick again, not dying, thank God, or no crazy illness. Fitness DMK, you the man. I'm getting some stuff that's specially made for you guys too out there. So you guys that support me week in and week out like this, I got some special Titan gear getting made. So DMK, you always get a badge from me, man. So when I have that special gear, I got 3X jerseys, Nike jerseys are going to be getting made here in the next couple weeks. So when I get one of those, yeah, you have your name on it for sure. I got one for you. And everybody else out there, you guys can do it too. Holden Outlaw, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Bradley World. So at mess, I was vaxxed and got Delta. So there's a lot of people out there right now that, have got the vaccine, 2 shots, and are still getting this virus, right? Now for me, last June, I caught the virus. This is before vaccines were out, and got over it, luckily, with no symptoms, no problems whatsoever. Didn't even know I had it. But with Charisse, right, she caught it in the ICU, deathly ill, right, for a long period of time, and she's a COVID long hauler. That means she still has symptoms, neurological problems, and issues from COVID. Thing is she still got the antibodies. Like, over a year later, she still got antibodies, which is really, really crazy. Me, I lost them in 3 months. But you always got to talk about, right? You got to talk about T-cell immunity too as well. We forget about this, and we're not talking about these things out there. And it's never brought up, so it's really, really crazy. Got infected. Oh, my God. Half of the gay community got infected. I'm sorry about that. That is crazy. Wall Street Bros, what's going on? Dwayne Day in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing? Ans Tusa, waiting for you to join in. How you doing out there? I hope all is well. And big shout out to Holden Outlaw and Fitness DMK. Thank you. NYC just told the unvaccinated they are not allowed to stores, restaurants, and gyms. Yeah, so I'm going to cover that too as well. This is really, really crazy what's going on out there. So let's talk about might as well talk about this first. So tri-immunity therapy, right? So tri-immune therapy is a therapy that we made at the beginning of COVID last year. We wanted something that was going to be really, really strong for people out there, that was going to help fortify their immune system and build their immune system and make it stronger. Because there was a lot of different things out there we're dealing with, not just COVID, but all the other sicknesses, bacterial and viral infections that are out there that we could catch. But with COVID too, right? You want to make sure your immune system is built up and it has everything behind it that it possibly can. If you're going to war, you want the best weapons, right, and armor with you to go to war, so you don't get hurt as much, or you can conquer whatever you're battling. And that's kind of where the tri-immune really came out to be. Now, before that, we were talking about glutathione a lot. Super antioxidant, mother of antioxidants, helps with inflammation, free radicals. It's an antioxidant, so it helps oxidative stress, which is another big one. And helps liver functions too as well. So we want to say, listen, what can really make this better? Now, we had injectable vitamin C too. There was 2 different separate therapies. So you had injectable vitamin C, and you had glutathione, and we also had zinc. But we really wanted to make the best bang for the buck. Why would somebody have to take 3 different injections if we could combine all 3 of these? And that's really what we did. We said, you know what? Let's come up with all three of these. They're soluble. They work together. Testing went great with these things. So let's bring this out. And that's what Tri-Immunity is. It's injectable vitamin C with injectable glutathione and zinc all in one injection. So it can really, really help your immune system, your immune function, inflammation, hopefully preventative, and catching some of these different things, or getting over the sickness as quick as possible. That's the next thing, right? Once we get sick, our body starts breaking down a little bit. We want to come in and give it the best we possibly can, and that's where Tri-Immunity really comes into play. It's great, not just for COVID or sicknesses out there, but as a preventative, because we want to prevent getting sick or getting breaking down of our immune system. So that's what Tri-Immunity is. So it has glutathione, super antioxidant. It has vitamin C, which is another antioxidant, right? And we have zinc in there. So you're covering all three bases. And these are very, very high concentrated doses that are in the Tri-Immunity. So at that point, if you guys are looking for the best or one of the best immune system boosters that we have or that's out there, this is definitely one of them. The only other one that I would really like to add in that I can't is the peptide thymosin alpha 1. And that really augments T cells, so increases T cells. And if you guys don't know what T cells are a reaction from our body, right? They're the bodyguards and enforcers of our immune system. They will go down, and there's two different types. There's helper cells and there's killer cells. And those killer cells, T cells, go down, they hunt out these bad cells that are in the body, eradicate them, right? And then the helper cells come out and then they make them better. And this is awesome because this, at that point, is it's a remembrance pretty much. So these cells, these T cells, remember these different bad cells or viruses that are invading the immune system or your body. So at that point, they will go out and attack and take over. And that's really, really cool. Now, to get to some of these different things like Fitness DMK was saying, so a lot of different crazy things are happening out there with this Delta variant. First off, people that are vaccinated are catching this Delta variant, right? Even being vaccinated. So, and I'm not vaccinated because I already caught COVID in June and I didn't have any problems with it. So I could probably get over it pretty quick if I did catch it again. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But at that point, with being vaccinated, I would be upset because I got vaccinated and now I can't go without possibly catching COVID Delta variant. And then now with the mask mandate, it kind of ties into what I was going to talk about today. So with it being today, I was going to talk about how the mask reversal is causing mass confusion and mass tension out there. There are people that say, listen, I got the vaccines because A, I didn't really want to get sick or die. And then two, I want not to wear this mask. We're having mass exhaustion out there where, people are having to wear the mask all the time, or they were, and at that point it was making them break out. They couldn't breathe as good. It's stuffy. Like, I don't know. You guys know exactly how I feel because we all had to wear masks. And I really didn't give a kickback to the mask because I wanted to do my part and really help out with not getting people sick. And I wanted to hopefully protect myself just a little bit if I could. Now, obviously, N95 masks are the best masks to wear where you're not going to get infected, hopefully. But there's always a chance, right? And, with going into restaurants, it was really funny because, we'd walk in the door in these restaurants with a mask on. We'd have to walk in the door with the mask on all the way to the table. And then when you get to the table, you take the mask off. So are we protected at the table from COVID or these other things? And this is just crazy. The vaccines now, especially in New York, and Fitness DMK brought it up too, right? So the unvaccinated are not allowed in stores or restaurants or gyms, etc. So Cuomo, who is the governor there, and I'm not taking any political sides at all. I'm just, what he's doing is what I have an issue with. And that's with telling businesses that, he's not mandating it, but he recommends that they do not allow unvaccinated people inside their businesses. And this is a choice for the business owner. And from a business owner's perspective, especially in New York, because I got a lot of New York patients, and I talked to a lot of New York people, cops, first responders, and regular people, right? Just regular people, business owners. And they told me, like, hey, listen, our city is in disarray still. And we're just, some of the restaurant people that got to stay in business are just coming back a little bit, right? And now they have to make the choice of not letting unvaccinated people in there. Some told me, hey, listen, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to let any unvaccinated people in there, but it's going to hurt my business. And some are like, hey, listen, I need to keep my business afloat. I want to just have anybody I possibly can to come into business and spend money because I want to have my business still. And that's understandable too. So, a lot of people probably in New York are vaccinated, and vaccines are readily, steadily available. So people out there, if you want to get them, I'm not ever saying don't get a vaccine. That's a personal choice that you're going to have to make. But if you haven't got sick by COVID before, and you're going out a lot and you're coming around a lot of people, it might be a good idea to get. I'm being honest. I never tell people not to get it, but it might help. I don't know. But I do think that it's a problem with, us telling people that are unvaccinated that they can't come in businesses too as well. And I think it's going to hurt a majority of businesses to do this. And they're going to alienate some of their demographics that might come in there and spend money. There might be people that don't want to get a vaccine, might be against a religion or whatever it may be. So at that point, you're automatically alienating these people. And they're not going to probably want to come in there because they know they're unvaxxed and you don't want them in there. So at that point, I guess it's all up to the people and the business owners there. Hopefully, we come to some sort of terms in the future. Obviously, to some extent, we were getting back to normalcy before this thing really came in, and now we're getting a little high COVID spike. I know here in Florida, they're talking about it a lot. I probably see it on the news a lot if you watch the news or read the paper or go on Facebook or online, whatever it is, that we're probably in an uptick here in Florida. But we don't have a lot of deaths. That's the big thing. People are getting sick. There's hospitalizations happening, but people are not getting on ventilators, and they're not dying. So, listen, we're probably always going to have a variant of some sort of COVID. It's never probably going to go away ever. And we're always going to get these variants because it's always going to mutate. This is just like, and I'm not comparing the flu to COVID, but it's just like the flu to a certain extent because every year there's different flu strains that come. And these different flu strains get us sick. And it happens every year. Even if you get a flu shot, okay, and the flu shot is strands from before and stuff like that they give you every year. And people still catch the flu and people still get sick. So at that point, it's just really, really crazy, how divided our country is to a certain extent on these different things. And I don't think we're ever going to get away from masks ever, or just some of this crazy COVID stuff. I think it's just ingrained in us for now for about a year and a half almost. And some people are used to it. Some people this is the way of life now, and they're thinking this is the way it's got to be. And, I think people just want to get over it, and people don't want to have to deal with this stuff. And I think it's caused a lot of tension, not with just businesses and patrons or governments and people, but within families, right? Some people are totally, one-sided, and the other people are the other side, right? And they're starting to fight about this or they're just having conflict, I guess. That's the best way I guess I can describe it. So it's just really, really crazy out there. I hope everybody is having a good day, and I hope everybody out there is feeling good. A lot of good comments. Aunt Tusa, you're in the house. Fitness is not legal to do. Yeah, yes. It's uneffing constitutional, but they're trying to force a vaccine for sure. Aunt Tusa, big shout out. She got some badges for us. I appreciate it. LG Fit's in the house. Hulk Squad. They are losing court battles left after right. Yes, they are losing court battles. That's for sure. Demetrius in the house, the booty god. My dude, man. So I'm proud of him. He's got Tampa Pro coming up, and we're going to talk about that here shortly. His pro debut. We're all behind you here. And a lot of love for Dimitri out there. He's definitely showing me things this last year. I'm very proud of him. I respect him tremendously. Great dude all the way around. And he's got brains, which is another plus. Can kids Trimune be given to children in smaller doses? So, obviously, we don't prescribe to anybody that's under 21 years old, even if you're 18, and that's legally an adult. At that point, we just have that there. Now, the things that are in Trimune are just injectable vitamin C, zinc, and glutathione. So there's nothing that's bad, but I can't tell you to give that to a child or children or somebody that it's not prescribed to, because that would not be ethical on my end. All right, how can I do my body bigger? How can you get your body bigger? So Oscar, so good question, bro. All right, so how can you get your body bigger? First, we need to train correctly. Second, we need to have the nutrition on point. Or swap those. Get your nutrition on point, get an activity program or training regimen that's on point, and then we're sleeping correctly, right? These are some of the good things. Now, once you have those pillars in place, those 3 pillars, next thing you want to do is really check some things out. First, we want to make sure hormones are in check. We want to make sure everything's at optimal levels, right? Blood test this. This will tell you everything you need to know. Second, if everything comes back fine, or if everything doesn't, you can optimize it. But let's say everything comes back fine in the blood test. Then you have some different options. You can use MK677, ibutamoren. That's going to put a lot of strength on, and it's probably going to put some mass on you too. So getting your body bigger, right? And when we get our body bigger, let's talk about that too. We want to talk about putting on quality lean mass, not just getting your body bigger. Because if you want to get your body bigger, go down to McDonald's, eat like 4 or 5 times a day there, Big Mac meals or whatever they got there. Eat those down, drink the pop, eat all those, add, ketchup on there, put all the condiments on there, and you're going to gain weight. So your body's going to get bigger, right? But that's not what we want. When we talk about getting our bodies bigger, we should be talking about putting on quality lean mass. Now, if you're going to do this and you do it properly, you're not going to be able to put on 30 pounds in 2 months. That's not that's not right? That's not achievable. That's not. I don't care what anybody tells you. You got people out there like, take this, this, and this. You'll put 20 pounds on in 6 weeks, guaranteed. Are you kidding me right now? 20 pounds of lean quality mass or fat mass too? Because I see some people, and even competitors out there, that go into bulking season, and it's a dirty bulk. And if you guys don't know what a dirty bulk is, that's when somebody just eats garbage to put on weight. And you're going to put on weight, for sure, 100%. And if you're working out and stuff like that, it might not look like all bad weight, but you're going to put on probably water weight, and you're going to put on more fat mass. And I see some of these people out there that do this in off seasons or bulking stages or whatever it may be, and they look like garbage. I think I would rather look 10 pounds smaller but quality, because if you have quality lean mass, you look bigger for what your weight is. So if you're 210, you probably look 220 if it's all quality. You're veined out, you're lean, but you got some good quality mass and good muscle definition on you. This is always the way to go in my eyes. There's only a couple people I've seen, do this and stuff like that really come out better in the end, but I don't see a lot of people do that. I see them get back to right where they were before they did the dirty bulk. And like, man, look at me now. I'm like, man, you look like that 8 months ago before you started this. You look great, right? And you did all this. What'd you gain? A pound or 2 after that of lean muscle tissue or lean muscle mass? Was it worth it, right? And that's really what you're going to have to decide on to yourself. Is it really worth it? Big Irishman in the house. What's up, dude? Joe Fenn, what's going on? All right, Fast Buck Eddie, what's going on? How you guys doing out there? I love how all you guys, you guys are starting to talk to each other too on here. It's awesome. We're camaraderie. We have Titan family in here. We're doing things. I love it, man. I love it. I just got the JJ shot and got tested positive yesterday for COVID. Wow. And how far apart? How far apart? Thank you, Art. Appreciate that. How far apart was it that you got the J&J vaccine and then caught COVID after that? I really want to know. I mean, it's just really crazy.
You have to give it time to build up in your system, right?
I think you need 14 days, and that's what it is. Now, if you get the Pfizer or Moderna, you got to wait between shots 14 days. And you can catch it within that time period too. So that I understand for sure. Definitely understand that. When Diablo loses, we should evict his ass. All right. Well, all right. Man behind the cam, Big Art. Big shout out to Art. All right. Tight loyalty always. What's going on? All right. Let's see what else we got here. Athletes Unleashed fought New York despite the fines. Won, and now New York wants to drop charges because Athletes Unleashed is countersuing. Good for them. Good for them. All right. Fitness DMK said, John, my 70-ish-year-old father spent the whole pandemic hanging out with a motorcycle club with over 300 members in Florida, unmasked and unvaccinated, indoors at Clubhouse without catching COVID. That doesn't surprise me. I do know people that went around people that definitely caught COVID before, that they never caught COVID. I don't know if it was, blood type and all that. They say if you're O negative, O positive, you're going to handle, COVID better or maybe not get the symptoms. I've came across a couple of people like myself because I'm one of those O people. And nothing from them either. Like some of them caught it, some of them didn't catch it, but no symptoms whatsoever from anybody. So, it's crazy out there, it's just nuts. We don't know. It's so unpredictable. And we can definitely say that, people have caught COVID and people have died from COVID. So it is a real thing. It just affects people differently, right? Some people can get sick. Some people don't get sick. It's Russian roulette that you're really playing. So at that point, just be safe out there, guys. I want you guys to be safe. Whatever that is. If you guys feel like you need to wear a mask, hey, wear a mask. If you guys are around people and they're coughing, do something about it, right? Just protect yourself. Be more weary of what's going on. One thing that really makes me upset and pisses me off? Let me tell you guys. So before COVID, people, they come to work sick, fine. They're coughing, maybe not washing their hands after they go to the bathroom. They're not sanitizing their hands through the day, whatever it is. All right, cool. When COVID hit, that was a big wake-up call. Listen, we're not as sanitary as we should be. We're not washing our hands like we should be. We're not taking these extra precautions. That screw COVID, that you can get a sinus infection from or whatever. And it was good for a while. And I hate to say good for a while, but it was good as far as, cleanliness for a while. Businesses were taking that opportunity and making sure that their employees were being clean. People were coming in, were being clean. Everybody was having to sanitize or wash their hands, and it kind of went for a while. And then, everybody got the vaccine or whatever. And then we started lowering down the guard. And now nobody does it. It's gone, right? And I like that when businesses had to institute having disinfectant there or hand sanitizer there or washing stations. I just went to Universal Studios Saturday, okay? And please, guys, don't call me when we're on here. So I went into Universal Studios Saturday and, walking all around the park, and they've still got the hand sanitizer pumps everywhere. So, I'm getting off a ride, and, I'm touching a lot, the rides, and I'm touching a lot of stuff. And, without COVID, even beforehand, I like to sanitize every so often. Because, I'm touching my mouth, I might be eating food with my hands or whatever. So I just want to make sure, right? And none of the stations had any hand sanitizer in them. Totally dead. Totally out. Not filled. Why even have them there? What are we doing here? We should take these extra precautions, because if one thing COVID taught us is we should be more, more cleaner with things. And we forget that right away. And I'm a history buff, so at that point, I like to learn from history or learn from my mistakes, and at that point not make them again. And I feel like, we're just everything's out the door, and now we're here again. And now we're going back into this mess, So I really think that, businesses should take that responsibility and have stuff for their customers or, for their employees, to make sure that cleanliness is next to godliness, to making sure that everybody is doing their part to hopefully curb or subside any type of spread of any sort of germs or viruses. Now, listen, guys, even with the hand sanitizer and all this, viruses and bacterial infections are still going to be here. We know this, okay? It's just we got to make sure that we're trying to do our best to protect everybody that's out there, or at least do the right things for yourself. I mean, it is what it is. Big Irishman Body Bash, big shout out to you, bro. I appreciate it. Now, for all my guys that are always tuning in, all my people that are showing love, I always like to help you guys out too as well. So I told Fitness DMK, listen, I got Nike jerseys that are coming in for some of you special people that are tuning in every week to this and get badges every time. I'm going to get something for you guys. So it's coming in a couple weeks. As soon as I get them, I'll have stuff for you guys, all right? And want to say something so bad, but bite my tongue. Sensitive world, this is your show. So listen, hold on long. I'm right there with you. That's another thing that I don't like about the world we live in right now and the environment that's out there. Everybody's so sensitive. They were talking. I was listening to some comedians talk, and they were saying like comedy is dying because in comedy we would bring up the biggest elephant in the room type situation and talk about it. We make fun of people in the crowds, and we can't even do that anymore because I might be called a racist, or I might be called a homophobe, or I might be this, or I might be that. I mean, listen, you can turn anything on anybody anymore. It's horrible. And people are losing their jobs, they're losing their careers, they're losing their family, and all these different things out there. And why? Now, for real people that are making harmful comments to people or really are racist or stuff like that, like, yeah, those people might need to be put in check. But for the majority of the population out there, it's not like that. So I don't understand why we're doing this and why we haven't learned from our mistakes from the past. That's just another big thing for me, okay? All right. My mom, who is 71, has an elderly neighbor that was told by her daughter she couldn't converse with my mom because my mom is not vaccinated. That's crazy. So now we're going to start dividing now because of vaccinations. All right? This is crazy out there. And it's just, I guess it's because everybody sees what's on TV or reading and we're getting influenced. Like, if people aren't vaccinated, they're hurting other people and stuff like that. Well, the whole reason to get the vaccination was protect yourself, right? And so you going by and it's a person that's non-vaccinated, they're at risk, not you. And even with the vaccine, we're seeing how people are catching COVID with it. So, I mean, Senator Graham got it. I read about him. But the big one that I seen was in Massachusetts. So the CDC was tracking a big group of people that caught COVID, and it was a spreader type scenario. Now, what they found out with this was that 75% of the people that were in the group that they were tracking all were vaccinated double shots. So at that point, the majority of people that were vaccinated are the people that caught COVID. And it's just, like I said, it just keeps going on and on. I just don't know where we're going to stop with this. But we got to have some sort of end or some sort of roadmap of how this is going to finish and, what we're going to do. We got to have that. And we never, every day, I'm like, there's so much uncertainty out there and people just don't know what's going on. It's horrible. It's really horrible. By the way, he's terrible health and a 60-year-old smoker. So, wow. So, he's got all this stuff going against him and still nothing. So, hopefully he stays healthy. God bless, right? Brazzy, what's up? How you doing, man? Meat Squad Pablo, what's going on? Millie, Lewis, how you doing? How you doing out there? Dave, how you doing, man? All right. Freedom Light Productions, how you doing? Julie B. Fit, what's going on? Nice to see you. Hope all is well. All right. And we definitely got to get you some Titan clothing, man. Some leggings and stuff like that. I think you look really good in it for sure. Hulk Squad, that's ridiculous. So uneducated. Absolutely.
Topics?
All right, so topics, guys. Let's get to our topics here. So the first topic was talking about the mask problem. People said, listen, I got the vaccine. I don't want to wear the mask now. That was the whole reason to get the vaccine, so I wouldn't have to wear the mask. Now, people are going to probably have to wear the mask in different states for sure. They're instituting these different things. Even school, right? Schools are probably going to institute this. Now, here in the state of Florida, DeSantis said, listen, it's going to be up to the parents. Nobody's going to be able to tell you you have to wear a mask or not wear a mask, so that's where it is, right? I'm sorry, guys. I got to go see my son's basketball game here, so I have to cut this short very shortly. But if you guys have any questions, please shout it out. I have one more topic we're going to go over, and I'm going to cut this ending quick. Bubba Lupo, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? Hope all is well. All right, so people get all the shots when they are babies, so yeah, get the damn COVID shot. It's one thing. Somebody was telling me about the COVID thing, and I'll get off of this, that their insurance would drop them if they got the COVID vaccine because it is not FDA approved. Now, I don't know legalities on that. I really don't know if that's true. So I'm not going to tout that as truth, but it does make sense because it really isn't FDA approved. It's an emergency order right now. So at that point, when it does become FDA approved, then I think a lot more people are going to feel more safer about it. I just don't know at this point, right? I hope he kills in his game. Thank you, Ange. I hope he does too. My son, he's loving basketball. He plays baseball. Obviously, I think it's his main sport, his strongest sport, but he's getting these different things. He's doing well. He's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so it's really, really crazy. All right, so let's talk about the other topic before I have to go. Coco Austin is still breastfeeding her 5-year-old. So if you guys don't know who Coco is, Coco and Ice-T. If you don't know, look them up. Coco and Ice-T. Blonde, very, very busty, very, very curvy. They had a kid. Kid's 5 years old. She's a girl, and she still breastfeeds. Now, she doesn't breastfeed all the time. She eats steak and solid foods and hamburger and all these other stuff. But for a light snack, she goes wherever we used to go, right? We were babies. She goes right to the nipple, and she latches on, and she gets a little snack. It's crazy out there. I know a lot of people, even my dad was like, he was a late breastfeeder. He told me, I'm like, that's crazy, man. Like, you breastfeed that long? Like, it is what it is. I mean, breastfeeding for babies obviously gives them immunities and stuff like that, so it's a good thing. Once you get past a certain age, I don't know if it still works like that. So, but she's still doing it. She puts pictures on her Instagram of her feeding her kid with the nipple in her mouth. I'm like, this is crazy, right? But, I guess it has to do with, immunity and stuff like that, or she won't tell her no at all. It's a little bizarre to me, too, Fitness DMK, right, at 5 years old. But, it's not, it's just crazy, right?
It's a little weird.
It's a little weird. She's a little old to be doing this, right? How long is it going to go on? I mean, because kids will probably do it, until 8, 9 years old, until somebody makes fun of them. Then they probably won't do it anymore if they hear about it. But think about that. If you're 8 or 9 years old, right, even 10, you're in elementary school, somebody finds out, hey, listen, you're still breastfeeding. They're probably going to make fun of your kid. Now, Coco's kid and Ice-T's kid, they have some popularity. So it might not be as harsh on them, but it still will be there. But it is what it is.
This is what she says about it. It's less about nutrition and more about comfort.
About comfort. So we're protein, Dwayne Dave, protein. I'd be worried about, I wouldn't even say protein. I would say growth hormone factors, right? Because that's what comes out of it. There's a lot of bodybuilders and stuff like that believe I'm going to drink breast milk and that's the best form to getting growth hormone and growth hormone factors in my body and stuff like that. I know people that pay money for this stuff on the internet. So, it is what it is. It's just a little weird to me. I'm sorry. But it is what it is. So, that's it. Now, guys, this week, if you guys are in Tampa Pro starts Thursday. I'll be there Friday, Saturday. We're doing a shot clinic there. So that is under wraps until now. Free B12, free amino blend shots at Tampa Pro at the Titan Medical Center booth. So if you guys are in town, make sure you guys come by the Titan Medical Center booth. I'll be there Friday and Saturday in full effect. Shreese is giving me the dirty eye. So I love you guys. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you guys got any questions, me and Shreese are going to go live tomorrow. Oh, there's her beautiful face right there. And we'll be here for you guys. And we'll get to answer all the questions and concerns you may have. I even got another thing about COVID I'm going to talk to, about the females about, right? The females and getting changes in different things in their body just from the vaccine. So we're going to leave it there. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow with Shreese on Shreese's Healthy Lifestyle Soapbox. And I appreciate all you guys tuning in and all the support again. For all you guys that bought badges from me week in and week out, I love you guys. I'll get you guys, the males, something special. And Ange, I always got you too as well. Everybody out there, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Freedom Light Productions, thank you guys. I'm going to go watch my son hopefully score some points in basketball and cheer him on. That's what it's all about. Family, right? Family first. That should be your number one priority. Your health before that, because without your health, you guys can't spend time with your family. You guys can't do your job. You guys can't do anything fun. So make sure you guys have your health in check. Make that number one priority. Feel good, look good, perform better. And if you need help, we're here at Titan Medical Center. Call or text us nationwide, except for Ohio and Idaho, 727-389-3220. I love you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate all you guys very, very much. Christina Ware and all you guys join in. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Sharice. And then Friday with Big Drew. We'll be in a special location for that probably. All right, I got a lot of cool things coming up for you guys. And a lot of special things too as well. So love you guys. Thank you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with Sharice on Sharice Healthy Lifestyle Soapbox. I'm John. Titan Talk is officially over. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your night.